Hello everybody, Edge0626 bringing you some NBA 2K gameplay. In the background it was me and my little brother Christopher, who you know fondly from Brother vs. Brother. And we were just, having a couple of games, and we were just, fucking around. It was a little bit competitive, but it wasn't really at the same time. He was the Golden State Warriors, I was the all-time team Chicago Bulls, which is like the team I main the most in order to get the best edge on him. And let's just say throughout this gameplay, it's at one point in time it gets to be pretty even, but then as time goes on, I just start to cook him. Throw in Gilmore, throw in Dennis Rodman, throw in Scottie Pippen, and it was a wrap because I played the fucking layup game on him, and he was not prepared for the insanity I was about to give him. Not so much shooting though. I don't know what it is about NBA 2K, but I really can't get the shooting down in this game. But I try my best. Hopefully I can provide more gameplay where I get better at that as time goes on. So, as you can tell from the title of today's video, I'm here to describe to you guys what life was like for me in quarantine, so to speak. Now, I actually never really contracted coronavirus. I have not been sick in quite some time. The last time I was actually sick was I think it was right around the time Valentine's Day was going to happen. And I think that's kind of when I thought I contracted it, or I contracted some sort of weak-ass form of it, because since I've been... people get sick. My brother was sick, my mom was sick, and I was sick throughout, that whole couple of weeks up to that point. So I feel like we all sort of contracted it in some way, shape, or form. We just didn't know about it, or whatever. I don't think we've really contracted it, but whatever happened, I think it gave us a good immune system, and so on. And I made a video a while back ago about how, when this was really all starting to when shit was really starting to hit the fan, about how I thought, coronavirus was killing fun. And I still feel that way to an extent. I feel like, I said this in my birthday video, if the United States as a whole, not any specific state or anything, if the states and the federal government really got their shit together when all this was really starting to happen, I feel as though this would have never have been as bad as it was for the United States anyway. Other countries were a different story, like Italy. Shout out to all my paisans out there. I hope they're all doing safe. I don't know what their statistics are, but I lost track on that a while ago. But other countries out there that were kind of taking a hit. I hope you guys are doing all right, staying safe out there. But I just feel like the United States as a whole, they fucked up severely in the beginning. Of course, I think it's gotten better to an extent, but I don't think we're not going to be out of this anytime soon. Granted, there's some form of normalcy coming. There's rumors of sports coming back. There's a whole bunch of things going on, and I'm excited about that because New York Rangers are going to be in the playoffs, baby, thanks to the 2014 format. So I always knew we were going to make the playoffs, but that's a different story for a different time. Some sports are coming back. MLB, seems like there's no end in sight for those negotiations. NFL, there's some stuff going on about that. In terms of, do I still think it's some sort of conspiracy between China and all that shit? I do, and I still do. I still think that there's no way in hell that this just happens. There's no way some bitch in China eats a bat and this whole thing goes down. It feels way too much like Contagion. If you ever seen the movie Contagion, it feels way too much like that to even be legit, in my honest opinion. I feel like this was I still feel like this is a lab-made, man-made virus that was used specifically for Hong Kong, but I think it somehow got out to the masses of the world because, people were kind of really hating on China at that point in time, and I think I just said it like President Trump for some reason, but I said it like President Trump. This is going to be a rambling commentary, man. I don't care how long this goes for, but it is what it is. So yeah, early stages of everything. Obviously, my job was in question with, what my job entails. My job entails on people gathering together in order for us to, make money for my radio station I was working at. I worked in promotions. And I got a call, a couple weeks into this whole thing about how, we're going to have to lay you off, blah, blah, blah. And I was disappointed, but I knew at some point when all this would go down, at least I hope at some point when all this goes down, this is yet to be confirmed, that I hope I get hired back. I don't feel like there's a reason why they wouldn't, because I mean, I don't want to brag, but I did the best I could at my job. I'd like to think I did a pretty solid job. I don't see why they would try and invest on someone else that's unproven, for lack of better terms, in that position. As simple as it may be, I mean, I like to think I do a good job with what I do. I'm very personable with people who come up to our tents and all that stuff. I like to play games with them. I'm respectful as I possibly can be, even though some people can't be jerk-offs at sometimes. So, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I was actually interviewing for a different position at the station, which would mean more money, more responsibility, and so on. That ended up going out the window because they froze the hiring process, and I could no longer actually... I guess they're going to open it up when everything opens back up again, but it is what it is. I mean, since that point, I've pretty much been collecting unemployment because that's just how it is, and I've been being smart. I made a real mistake years ago. Where I think I might have mentioned this prior, but when I used to work at Amazon years ago, I made a fuck ton of money in about a month and a half. I made close to about $5,500 in that month and a half, close to 2 months I worked there. That's a lot of fucking money. And I stupidly spent it all, where I had literally a couple of cents left in my bank account, because I was young and I was dumb, and I had all this money and I thought I was on top of the world and all that shit. Boy, was I wrong. So now that I've been collecting unemployment, I've kind of been saving up as much as I can, because it's getting to that point where I gotta really start paying bills off and all that sort of thing. Of course, I'm still paying off student loans, so that obviously has a factor in there. I'm gonna be, I'm kind of helping my dad out pay my car. My dad, I don't want to sound spoiled or nothing, but my dad kind of pays a lot of the bills in the house, including cars for me, my sister, and my brother. So as much as I can to help him out on that end, I'm gonna do that as well. So, and luckily I have the money to do that now. So in terms of luxuries, I really don't pay attention to that as much as I would like to, as much as I would hope to. But, with situations being what it is, that's kind of what I've been doing. So if anything, COVID-19 has proven that I could be responsible when it comes down to money. So there's that, and there I can pat myself on the back for that one. I have mentioned before, I had a girlfriend at the time, and things were seemingly going pretty solidly between the two of us. Yeah, there were issues here and there, but we kind of been trying to iron that out. And I don't want to give too much detail, but because of the whole thing, we decided to break up, or more like she kind of gave up on the relationship, and because for whatever reason she was having some issues, and I tried to help her out as best I could, and at some point in time, you just have to cut your losses. So that's all I have to say about that. There's no point in me, trying to invest in something where the other person's not willing to give that much back. So that's just how I feel about that, and that's as much as I'm willing to say about that. So I'm single now, and back in the dating game for all the ladies out there. So what else is going on? In terms of mental, it's good and bad, I miss doing things that I like to do. I miss going to the gym. I miss going outside. I miss working, if that's even a fucking thing to say. I miss doing what I love in the industry. I've tried to keep positive as best I can. Some days are better than others. It's hard. It's really fucking hard at times, I try and do the best I could. And I can only do so much mentally, Things, and I often say how, going to the gym makes me happy, it makes me feel confident and so on. Some people would say, oh, why don't you just, work out in your basement or have like a gym in your house? Well, here's the thing. I did try that. Me and my brother did that together for a little while. And then I realized it's really not that worth it. So I've kind of just been keeping more track on the diet more than anything. And you know, the muscle will come back when, you know, gyms start to open up and so on. So I just don't get enjoyment out of working out in the basement, because I like having equipment that I can actually work with and I can actually push myself. Two 35-pound dumbbells trying to do a chest press. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, as weak as I might fucking sound, I can't really work with fucking 35 pounds in some exercises. It's just too much for me. I can't lift it up. It's just I've been trying to do my best to work on that, but I just don't have the equipment in my house to actually properly do what I want to do. So therefore, I was kind of just like, I just don't feel like fucking doing it anymore, you know. I'll get really back into the whole bodybuilding and muscle when the gyms start to open up again. If I have to clean every fucking thing in that gym when I'm done using it, so be it. I just can't fucking work out in my house. The environment is not made for that sort of thing, and I just don't. My brother, he's been doing the best he can with that. He works out at his friends' houses who have better equipment too, and I just sort of sit home and do nothing, and that's about it. I will tell you this much, though. I have gotten a lot more opportunity to help my dad out with yard work. I mean, the guy's pushing it up there in age. I like to joke with him about that, but, you know, he can't really be... It's legitimately that he can't really be doing what he's doing all the time anymore, so I kind of do my best to help him out. My house is surrounded by fucking trees, and with the amount of storms that have been going on over the last couple of weeks here in New Jersey, twigs and massive branches often fall. It's no surprise, so that is something that we do, and it's really it's a fucking pain, dude. I want to cut down all these goddamn trees. I really do. I hate the fucking branches and twigs that fall down, and I gotta clean it all up. It's a pain in the balls. It really is, but it's that. I've been doing yard work. Of course, YouTube has been the one thing I've probably been focusing on more than anything when it comes to quarantine, and I enjoy it. It's one of the things that have been keeping me sane. Like talking to you guys through, you know, gameplay and giving you guys my thoughts on things and all that. It keeps me sane. It makes me happy, and I enjoy trying to entertain you all as best I can. I said, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, I truly believe that I want to entertain you people. Like, I truly believe that I want to make, and I truly feel that I want to make your days better. If you come across this video, I want to make your day better by you watching this video. That's how I feel. That's like the responsibility I kind of put on myself. And it seems like there's pressure involved, but at the same time, there's not really any pressure involved, because I've been doing this for I've been on this platform for 8 years, uploading for pretty consistently, especially over the last 2 years, so, or more maybe. But I feel as though I had a responsibility to, you know, help people get through their day by clicking on my videos. And if you have enjoyed the videos I've been putting out throughout the last several months of all this shit going down, I appreciate that fact, and I hope I can continue to do that when all this is all said and done. So that's that, you know. There's really not much else. I mean, I haven't really done anything out of the box. I haven't really done anything out of the ordinary. My birthday, as I mentioned, I really didn't. I just sat home. What am I going to do? I mean, I'm not going to go out. What the fuck am I going to do? So, hopefully with the stay-at-home order being lifted, and, you know, I hope that things start to get back to normal. And, of course, with all the stuff going on in the country at this point in time, I feel like we're far from that sort of deal, and I don't want to get too political about everything, but it just whatever's going on in this country, man, whether it's about Corona or it's about the riots or the fucking, you know, the shit with the protests, you know. Again, I don't want to get too political. It breaks my heart to see a country that I love and that I live in, no matter how fucked up it may be at times. It breaks my heart to see people the way they are. It really does. And and that's really where a lot of the mental issues come in, man, because I'm just so sick of this divide, and that really has taken the toll on me more than even this fucking virus has. So that's all I'll say about that, man. And there's a reason I always say at the end of every video, take care of yourselves, and most importantly, take care of each other, because I think that's something we forgot how to do as time goes on and as generations pass. We forgot how to take care of each other, and because of that, you know, we became selfish, and awful shit starts to happen when people become selfish and egotistical and narcissistic and so on. And I can joke about how narcissistic I am all the time. It's really more of a joke more than anything, but I do it for the laughs, and I don't really feel that way. I'm a pretty humble dude. I'm a hard-working dude, and I hopefully will continue to be that hard-working guy when all this is said and done. So, that being said, guys, that's my talk with you all about what life was like in quarantine for Edge0626. And I do feel this way when I say this, where I say, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, because I think now the world needs us more than ever. So, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.